tweet. I can't see. This is my problem. I can't multitask.
All right, we've got 2 viewers. I think one's Matt.
Yay.
All right, and I got the chat up too. I can say here, even though I won't be chatting probably, but I'll just mute the mic and then type.
Good call.
You just gotta. I'll probably mess it up a couple times, but I'll try to stay on it. I'll get good at this. The online host.
You are the hostess with the mostest.
You gotta get a boom next, so you can have the mic right in front of you when you're sitting back.
Oh, boom neck.
The boom neck.
Swedish shit.
Like the extension.
Yeah, it's a boom. Yeah, microphone boom.
Okay, so I haven't set up where the show goes yet. So we want to be in talk shows because right now I'm in Overwatch.
Yeah, probably not Overwatch.
We're not playing Overwatch.
Gaming talk shows. DeltaHalo with the Espawn gaming update. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Yes. All right, are we ready? Matt, you tweeting?
Working on it.
Keep an eye on the show too if it like starts lagging and shit. My bitrate right now is 952 kilobytes second upload.
We established. I just was trying to put the link out and put spelled out underscore.
What?
I got under asked done. I'm like, what the hell am I doing right now? I'm trying to listen in this and everything. It's just this is how my brain it doesn't work.
That's great.
Right, someone retweeted us uncontested. So now what you do is you log into your own account and then you retweet it yourself.
If you were me, then that'd be you. I use your body to get to the top. You can't stop me no matter who you are. Name that movie, Cat. Sergeant.
Switch bodies.
No.
I don't know.
Ace Ventura 2. When he's climbing up the mountain in the beginning, and the guy's like, Ace, you gotta turn back.
I thought you said the body one. If I be.
Ryan says it like 4,000 times whenever anyone's talking with him.
Oh, I know it. I've heard you say it. I just don't know what it's from.
From the Birdman, quote unquote Birdman.
All right,
let's do it.
Let's do this.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 34 of DeltaHalo, the podcast, all about competitive Halo and Pro League. We've got the full crew finally to start an episode, even though Kat jumped in last time. Everyone's here right at the beginning. It's great. Old times. There's Kat, there's Matty. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? First, beginning of the month, I usually can make it on time.
There's the rabbit ears again, by the way. It's coming back.
Nice. That's the move.
We have something special this episode. We are streaming live on Twitch.
Yeah.
First test run, but we want to make this a normal thing for all you listeners out there. If you have the time, you can swing by. Twitch.tv/part_time_elite. It is on our Twitter, too. We linked it.
Hopefully, every Monday night when we record, we will tweet out a link, and it's typically around 7, 8 o'clock, depending on if it's the beginning of the month or the end of the month, but we'll always let you guys know on Twitter at, same as our Twitch, it's at part_time_elite. You can follow us on there. We'll always let you know when we're going live with the show.
You can be the early bird.
You'll get that worm.
Else.
You'll get that worm.
You get Matty's worm.
Be sure you guys go ahead and give us a rating and review if you're subscribing to us on iTunes. Let us know what you think. It means a lot to us. And if you want to let us know directly, let us know what you think directly. Send us an email, espawngaming@gmail.com. Anything you want. If you want to send us a long letter, some poetry, whatever you want, send it to us. We will definitely read it and respond to you. We'll always get back to you.
It'd be sweet to get some poetry and have Kat read it in, I don't know, like an Australian accent or something like that. Like we'll take requests for that.
I have no accents, but I will read it with passion.
And an attempted Australian accent.
Exactly.
I'd give you an attempt.
Yeah, you got to attempt it.
So we're asking for it. You can't do it now. You got to wait till the poetry comes in.
Deal.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. So you guys been on Pokemon hunt this weekend at all?
Oh my gosh, have I ever? We work at a dealership, so people will be wandering around the car lot. We have like hundreds of cars, maybe even 1,000. And people are just wandering around out there catching Pokemon in the craziest places.
Wait, people that work there or just random people?
People that work there. I get to see randoms. We have quite a bit of older clients. I haven't seen too many in our age group yet. I'm sure they will be finding there's a lot of rats in my building. Rat-a-tat.
There's a lot of rats in my apartment complex, too. There's an infestation of rats and birds everywhere.
I got a bird that hangs out on my desk at work. All day, people can come by and get a bird. Sparrow.
You got sparrows?
Sparrows, yeah. Sparrows just hang out on my desk. So, yeah, you have a gym where you work, right?
Yeah, I have a gym right at my office. God, it went nuts this morning. I have to say, I was telling Matty about this before we hopped on. I got to my desk and I checked in, saw the gym was there. Red had claimed it. Team Valor. I was like, damn it, I got to get this back for my team, for Team Insight. It'll be my first battle at a gym ever. And I was like, I was so stoked for it. I was ready to go. Stepped up to the plate. It was a Goldeen was the first Pokemon. I don't remember what the CP was, but she mowed down all 6 of my Pokemon, and I was pretty devastated. So I regrouped, healed up, and as I was healing, I saw a battle ensuing. Like, it was just going down right as I was done healing. The first 2 Pokemon dropped, and then the battle stopped, and there was only one left. It was Eradicate. So I saw my opportunity. I jumped in, took down the Eradicate, won it for Team Insight, and as I was picking my Pokemon to claim the gym, freaking another guy jumped in and owned it, like, out of nowhere. I had won the battle, and then someone from Red Team jumped in and took it back, and then the battle just kept going for like 10 minutes after that. It was insane.
So when you battle, are you battling other people that are around you?
No, so
you have to be they can leave it at the gym, right?
You can leave your Pokemon at the gym, and it kind of stays there for you battling, and then when it dies, it returns to your collection.
Oh, okay. So you can just like go to gyms and just let your Pokemon free?
Once you win, you have to win the gym. Okay.
That's sweet. And it just defends it?
Yeah.
Protecting this house, that house.
Yep.
All right, I get it.
What team are you guys?
Blue.
I'm level 4.
Oh my gosh. Come on. You gotta get to 5.
You know,
Gotta get to 5.
I'm not blaming me. It's my phone. It dies so fast, and when I'm at work, I'm on my phone all the time, so it can't die.
You gotta get a new one.
I know, but I'm waiting for the iPhone 7.
You need a Pokemon phone and a work.
Check it out. I've got the old one.
Case.
5C. Oh, for you viewers, sorry. It's got the colored back and the plastic.
Rocking it. All right. Other than Pokemon, what have you guys been rocking? Anything?
I did a full playthrough of Inside, which I absolutely loved. I played that on, what day was that? Thursday, I believe, last week. Played a full run through of it, and oh my god, that game was not what I expected, but it was so awesome. It exceeded my expectations by so much. The story was very thought-provoking. The art, as what all the reviews and everything are saying, the art, the lighting, the camera work, everything was incredible. And to play a game with such unique style, no dialogue, no speaking, no words popping up or anything. You just gather what is happening, what the story is by playing through, and what your character's actions are. It was phenomenal.
It's like a whole different medium of storytelling, like compared to like anything else that you have. I mean, when you get books, movies, a game like, something like Uncharted or something like that, they all kind of seem similar as far as like, the words and story and visual and stuff like that. Something like that. It's a whole like different form of art. You know what I mean? It's awesome. Because they did Limbo too, right? It's the same studio.
They did Limbo as well. Yep.
Yeah, I was actually playing Halo with Podtacular the other day, and they were playing it, and the guy that had it was just loving it. and was like, "No, that you play this, you guys have to check out Limbo too." So it sounds like a sweet experience. I'm gonna have to definitely check it out.
The ending is supposed to be awesome too. I've been trying to avoid spoilers for it, but I heard it was awesome.
Yeah, the ending, like, all right, so like the first probably 2/3 of the game, I was like, yep, I'm understanding what they're trying to say. This is like a dialogue on society and blah blah blah, and I was like, this is what it's gonna be, and then I got to like this 2/3 part, 1/3 left in the game, and it took a complete right hand turn, threw me off, and then I got to the ending, and I just like, what the hell is happening? Like, literally, I finished the game, it ended, and I was speechless. I didn't even know what to say. So I loved it. I've never felt like that from a game. The first probably half an hour, 45 minutes of the game made me feel so many different types of, like, on edge, like, just a lot of suspense, and it was something that a game hasn't provoked. Like, it hasn't evoked those types of feelings in me in a game in a very long time. So it was really cool to have that experience. I really do recommend checking it out when you guys do get some time, because it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's pretty short too. I mean, it's not something.
It's 4
like,
hours. It's
okay,
4
like
hours.
I got something from that from like the one thing that comes to mind is like Final Fantasy VII, where spoilers when Ares gets killed by Sephiroth. Like, it's like, holy shit! Like, I'm like a 13-year-old kid at that point and losing my mind. And like, it's obviously not spoilers. The game is freaking 20 years old, so if you're being spoiled at this point, shut up, go away. Yeah, no, but like I can think of something like that. But that was like 60 hours into the game. You'd already invested all the story and stuff like that. And they just kill a character. It's like, what? So, but it's sweet that happens. Something that's no story really. I mean, no like traditional storytelling thing that just evokes emotion and kind of throws you for a loop like that. It's awesome.
Yeah. It's great that developers are thinking that way. It goes to show that, aside from the AAAs, that, yeah, they have great stories, they have great campaigns, they do a lot of things very good. There's a reason they're so successful, but the fact that a game like that from an indie developer can really be creative about the way they're thinking, the way that they're having a game unfold in front of you, and it's not something that's like, oh, this is an art game, like this has some appeal much further than like a diehard game reviewer, an indie game fan, or whatever it may be. They did a great job. They did a very good job with it.
Cool. I'm excited.
Man, you mentioned older good storytelling games. All I could think of was Metal Gear Solid. I loved it.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid was good. Oh my gosh. Remember when we got the newer one? It had to have been Solid Snake, or I think it was that. I don't remember.
It was Snake Eater.
Snake Eater. Okay, yeah. And that was like 98% movies.
Yeah, I remember you and I sat down and played it and be like, all right, you play this next segment, and then we get like a 5-minute cutscene. All right, you play the next segment to a 5-minute cutscene.
Today right there.
Loved it.
And they get weirder as they go along, too.
Yeah.
It got weird, but I picked up MX GP2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, played it for 10 minutes. Hated it. Emailed the company, super nice. They were really nice. I can't remember what the name is for that company. It's a European company for sure. And they emailed me back saying, like, sorry to hear they didn't like the game, but you have to contact the person you bought it from. So then I called Xbox.
There's no refunds.
And I called Xbox, and they're like, I'm just like, it's not what I thought it was going to be. And they're like, okay, we'll refund your money.
Oh, really?
Get my money back. Yeah. Great customer service. Give them all 10s. I think I can still play the game, actually. But I told them they could take the license back. I didn't want it. It's probably a fun game for some people. It has it's simulation dirt biking. So if you take a turn just a little too fast, you slide out. Yeah. And I hated it right there. There's no tricks, not that I could figure out. And there's no preloading, or if there is preloading, it's not very like a main thing. I don't know. I hated it. It's not MX Superfly. It's not Jeremy McGrath. I just want an arcade dirt bike game that I can throw triple backflips off stuff.
Well, yeah, it's like going from playing something like Amp 2 to playing like a sim snowboard game where you're just going down the mountain worried about the physics of the mountain. Like, like...
No, it's like playing Amp 2 is like the simulation snowboarding. SSX Tricky is like the arcade version.
Well, no, I don't mean that. Like,
I mean,
like... It's like
snowboarding game.
But no, I want that kind of game
Yeah.
for a dirt biking game, like whatever, just the snowboarding game.
Yes.
Amped.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the first thing that comes to my mind is like Forza Motorsport, beautiful game. It is way too simulation-y. Like,
Oh, it's not. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I hate sim
Dude,
games.
it's nothing. I want to go back to Gran Turismo in 2 or 3 days when you're doing
Jesus.
just leveling up hardcore and going through like 200 miles. Shawners and I, we PS2 was it, whatever one was for PS2. You had it too. We used to play at your house all the time.
Yeah, we would sim races because racing was terrible.
It was awesome. And we would do like the race, like you had like 200 laps, and we would literally take like turns. Like we'd take shifts to get the race done and stuff like that, and build up your. Oh, it was awesome. I love it.
I mean, that's a great experience playing with somebody, but oh my god, so hard.
The only two racing games I've ever liked were like the original Hot Pursuit game, way back in the day, and Tokyo Extreme Racers, Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero.
Yeah, that's
there might
what it
not
was.
be a drift in there.
You
But
didn't like Need
that
for
game
Speed
was awesome.
Underground? Need for Speed Underground? Come on.
Oh yeah, Need for Speed Underground. That was a good one. You got into that more than me.
I love that
I
game.
looked at that one.
Was that the launch title that launched for Xbox One? What was the one?
Oh, it was Need for Speed something. I don't know. It was terrible.
Underground was for PS2, I'm pretty sure. Midnight Racer, Midnight Club. That was a good one.
I don't know. I still don't know how you don't like Forza Horizon. That game is absolutely fantastic.
Hate it.
It's not even simmy though. That's the thing.
You're
And
being-
then I had that free Need for Speed one, the free
The
Fast
Crew.
and Furious one.
Oh, the Fast and Furious version.
I played the
of
Crew
Forza.
for about 25 minutes and gave up. I hated it.
Yeah, because it was so arcadey. It was bad.
No, the server wasn't fighting my friends, and that's the only reason I wanted to play.
You have no friends.
All
I
right,
have one friend.
we're kind of getting way off track here. We'll talk a lot about other games, specifically Pokemon Go in the main part of this episode. We had a very cool way that we kind of found out that it dropped, and there's just a lot of ties that we had kind of coming out of that when we were playing some Warzone Firefight this past week. And I want to jump right into the news real quick, just with some high-level stats from the first bit of Warzone Firefight since it's been released here. Kind of crazy numbers. So total kills, 373,178 kills.
All right.
Total deaths, 93,339,230. Wow. 230. Let me start over. I'm like
There's numbers
struggling
involved.
so hard right now. It's hot. It's hot in here. 93,339.
339,000. Keep going.
237. Oh my god.
Hey,
Average lifetime.
Clap it out for him. He's so excited.
God. It's been a long day. Average lifetime 104 seconds. Total power weapon kills excluding vehicles 21,470,685. Tons of kills. Tons of really cool stuff happening there, and we actually had a really good time in Warzone Firefight this past week. Wednesday night, we played a little bit of a DeltaHalo game night with some of the listeners. Thank you all who came out and joined us. It was fantastic, especially a few of you newcomers. That was great to have you there, Beans. Sparrow, thanks for hopping on. And it was just a ton of fun. I mean, we got a lot of games of Warzone Firefight in, and I think, you know, aside from me playing some games solo before last week, I don't think there was high hopes amongst many of us, and until we got in there and played.
I had a lot more fun than I expected to. Really, I did. In a bunch of different ways, too. It wasn't just like, oh, it's fun, it's cool to rip around. And it was difficult. It was, I mean, well, it was, we were kind of distracted for a lot of it, but it was difficult, and like, it wasn't a face roll. It was, you had to actually use things at the right time and use cards at the right time. The AI played well, I thought. It was great. I liked it. I had a lot of fun. It was a great change up for something like that. So.
Right, because how many games did we even win? I mean, we lost probably 3 in a row.
1 or 2.
And then, yeah, I mean, we lost a bunch of games in a row, and it was cool to see. Like, it was actually, like, man, this is challenging. This takes teamwork. We need to really communicate in order to succeed. And when we lose, it's like, yeah, we lost because it was our own fault. The game wasn't necessarily too hard. It was just our own fault not doing it properly, I think.
And it was close a lot of times, too. So.
Yeah.
So, you guys all know that I hate that kind of stuff. I just hate PvE. I'm all about the PvP, but I had a ton of fun. Well, I can't say I'm not about the PvE, because in Destiny I loved it. Mm-hmm. So, I don't care what you guys have to say, but it's very Destiny-ish. You have the monsters, and there's actually more to it on this one. Like, you have to work together. It's not just random out there hoping to steal the kill from the elites and stuff like that. Like, if you don't work together, you're done. If you're not bringing out the right vehicles, if you're not bringing out the right weapons, if you're going in scattered, not together, one of you are sniping a boss out by yourself, not helping the rest of the team, MattyIce, and absolutely doing nothing to the other guy, and the team doesn't have enough firepower on the guy to the right.
You were with me most of that time when we were...
You guys were going rogue.
I went over to the end.
Hey guys, let's go to the right. Okay, go left. Where are
I was trying to make plays. It was my right.
We need to really work on the teammate, but no, I liked it. I mean, I don't think it's going to be something I want to jump in randomly, because with our community and all you guys coming and playing, it was a lot more fun just because... What's up, Chirp? Cat is muted for you guys. I will figure that out. Oops.
Figuring out some Twitch stuff.
Shoot. Anyway, so going back to that, like, playing with you guys is a lot more fun just because we all had we could all talk and communicate, and we all liked each other, and no one was just being a little bitch out there. So it was tons of fun. And I enjoyed it. So if we had a whole team like this, I would definitely play it as many times as I can with a full team.
Yeah, and I think that is a big part of it, playing as a full team, because you can communicate. And I think if you don't communicate, you're bound.
Lost.
Yeah, you're bound to fail. And it kind of goes back to what you're saying. Like, you don't need to like who you're playing with, but you can't be having a lot of negativity out there, which you'll tend to run into quite a bit.
Right. It seems like from what we ran into, it was fairly difficult depending on which boss you hit or which time type of thing or which objective you hit. I imagine playing with just a bunch of randoms would be very, very difficult in a lot of circumstances. You know, I'm actually interested. I kind of want to play it by myself a little bit and see what my experience is like. And see if it's doable, you know what I mean?
I will say the only positive that came from playing with randoms, just my own experience, was that there were people with just ridiculous wrecks, like really good wrecks, and wrecks that far exceeded what I had. So that made a big difference, especially when it comes to vehicles. People just have like ridiculous Banshees and everything, and I don't have a ton of those vehicles, so it was making a really big difference in that department. There was a few times where we had a swarm of ghosts out just taking down bosses, and then once we didn't have that, we had like 3 or 4 tanks. Like, that was the biggest difference that I would see. If you don't have communication, just get as many powerful vehicles out as you can.
Power your way through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, I had fun though. It was good. I was pleasantly surprised, and definitely something I'll go back to. It's one of those things where I think it kind of fills the gap that regular Warzone didn't actually do for me, because I'd never really been a fan of it. In a lot of things, because that's PvP mixed with PvE essentially, and I feel like it's often tough to play without a team. I just kind of want something like that to be able to just run in and go by myself and just go through. You know what I mean? So that really kind of fills that gap for me, where I can just go in and chill, go in a vehicle, and not really have to worry about playing arena and playing seriously, and still be playing some Halo and having fun and earning rec packs and stuff and all that good things.
Yeah, because it's somewhat serious, but I was so much more laid back. Like, right. I was just like, this is fun, let's run around and do whatever. And there is that nice change up from arena to firefight. And what do you think of the new objectives? They added a bunch of new stuff since the beta, which I liked a lot. I thought there was some really, really good stuff, especially the defending ones. I thought those objectives were...
That's what made it for me.
The best, yeah.
Yeah, that's what made it feel Destiny-ish. We had things that we were trying to accomplish, and the upgraded difficulty is what got me excited.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy at all. Round 2 and 3 got intense.
Yeah, I know. We lost. So, what did we lose? A few round 3s, I think. It was rough.
I mean, you had elites just storming the base, just in a huge line. If you were sitting back, you just watched them just in a big line of like 10, like right to the base. It's awesome. Totally worth it. You're burning wreck cards, and everybody gets to see your wreck points. Because at one time we had like 3 banshees out. I was ripping the gold banshee from the free pack that we got.
Yeah.
And man, that's the one that we won when we were all flying around with banshees.
Oh yeah,
and then the last boss was inside, so we all fly our banshees in there. I just dive bombed him, suicided. It was just like epic moments like that made it so much fun.
Oh yeah, totally. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's like those are the moments that you remember. Like if you can have moments that you're like talking back about, and you're like, oh, remember that time this happened? Like that's how you know something's good, when it like catches on like that. It's like, oh man, we made that final stand. We got that last boss with just a few seconds to go. There's like those moments, those epic moments that make you just want to go back and play it more.
And on top of that, too, it's those moments that you can experience with people that you maybe wouldn't play Arena with, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you might go in with people, and to me, it kind of gave me the feel back from the Halo 2 days when doing LANs and doing stuff like Tower of Power and stuff like that, where you weren't really worried about your headshots and stuff like that. You're just having fun with friends, but it was still challenging, you know, in a certain way, and you were still playing Halo. It gave me that feel. You know, it was sort of that. I mean, we had people from, you know, the community and stuff like that playing with us who maybe, you know, some can play just as well as we can or better, but other ones, you know, can't and stuff like that. We had, you know, our friend that was on too, and he's terrible at Halo.
Yeah, that was his first time playing Halo even.
Yeah, we could probably get, like, my brother Sean always hates playing Halo because we get smoked every time he plays, but he'll probably love that, you know? So that's something that I'm very glad they put it in. I like what they've done with it a lot. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I had my doubts, and tip my cap to you, 343. So. That's a
good point, though. Like, I really did think that some of my other friends that don't play Halo because the PvP is just too intense for them, that actually to be like legit or alpaca. No, I was thinking that, like, you know, the main reason I think that's because it is Destiny-ish, and a lot of my Destiny friends would like to come over and play this. Like, it's fun, and we get cool like points and stuff for it. It'd be neat if we just got armor rolled, then I just could quit Destiny altogether.
That would be cool. That would be cool because,
Destiny.
Man, they could take Halo and just make it Destiny, and I'd play Halo like I play Destiny with the Halo shooting and the upgrading of Destiny. I mean, that's what, obviously, you can tell Bungie is very...
Isn't that what Destiny is supposed to be?
Yeah. But, like, if they would have just kept the Halo shooting, would have been awesome. Like,
See, I like Destiny shooting. It's a little bit different.
I do like that, too. I like them both. But I could play Halo like I play Destiny, I guess is what I'm getting at. And this game type kind of proves it to me.
Yeah.
There you go. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. All right, so we had the... what was it, 6th week of Halo Pro League last week, and it did not disappoint, as you could say. We saw CLG continue to roll, but we saw some very interesting things happen in the middle of the pack with Enigma 6 continuing to play very well. They are 9-3 now, and then below them, Envious dropped a game. They went 1-1 last week. They're at 8-4 now. They had a 3-2 win versus Allegiance, but their other game, man, I did not see this coming. Renegades took Envious and Evil Geniuses down last week, so they went 2-0, taking Evil Geniuses 3-1, and also beating Envious 3-2.
Coming from behind too. They're down 2-1.
It's unbelievable what that Renegades team is able to do right now. I know you're happy, Matty. That's your team. Yeah,
they sometimes they just have it, you know. Sometimes they'll just be able to. I don't know if they can beat CLG or even, you know, E6 or Enigma 6 is the way they're playing right now, but I'm not sure anyone can, you know. But I love the way Renegades plays sometimes, and they showed it this weekend, or this, I guess it wasn't the weekend, last week. They were on their game. They went down, they came back. I mean, that's, you know, kind of what you want to see. You don't want to see a team, we're down 2-1, you know, it's not going to really matter if we lose this game, we're just going to drop it, you know. They rocked. They were very impressed. I was very impressed by them. And they gave themselves a little bit of cushion going into the last week because, you know, they got to get that top 4 spot. That's what we all want. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, that's a big deal because they are right on the edge right now, beating a team that was also right on the bubble, right. Evil Geniuses. Gosh, I mean, what do you even attribute this to with Renegades going on a bit of a run like they are right now? Ninja started out very hot to this season, had cooled down a little bit. Is it the team just coming together as a whole now that they're kind of feeling the flow? It's not halfway. It's almost the end of the season, only one more week. What in your mind are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't think it's necessarily attributed to any one thing. Them just coming together a little bit. I think we've seen the little bits of, I can call it brilliance, I guess, from them. I was going back to the X Games and stuff like that. They show it at times that they have the ability to outslay teams and to outplay teams. I think their stronghold game is, probably behind only CLG. And they're just kind of coming together a little bit. They really are. I'm not sure if it's anything that you can attribute it to other than just getting a feel for each other, getting momentum, and not panicking when you're down 2-1. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah,
that shows growth for a team, right?
That's a big deal, especially against a team like Envious, who has been playing very well as of late. Yes, they went 1-1 last week. Yes, they went 1-1 this week. But they have been they've been a top team. They've been a top 3 team, top 2 team in the Pro League all season, with Pistola and Mikwin playing very well, and the rest of the team rounding out as well. So that's huge to go down against that team, be on the brink, and come back and take it 3-2. So encouraging signs from Renegades. They are in the top 4. So top 4 move on to the playoffs once the regular season ends, which is this week. So this week is the last week of regular play, and top 4 go through. Teams on the bubble like Evil Geniuses, they are sitting at 5-7, along with Team Allegiance. I don't think anyone ever expected Evil Geniuses to fall down to the place that they're in right now, especially coming into the season. But I don't even know what to say. You got to hope that they win out, go 7. What do they go 7-7? Hopefully Renegades drops both, and I mean I don't even know if they'll have a tiebreaker because they just lost to Renegades. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm guessing tiebreaker's probably head to head, right? I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I would assume it would be. Right? It could be number of games, 1 or something like that.
It could be that as well. But man, they could miss the playoffs, although they'll still be in Pro League next year. That's going to be a big blow to that organization.
A little bit, but we were talking about with their struggles a little bit that we were, you were a little worried that they might drop out actually. Like when, now that obviously not going to happen because Optic and Liquid have continued to lose. But even when they started to show some sparks of life, like it was it was some concern that potentially that could happen. It really was a little bit, maybe not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah, I mean things went their way with Optic and Team Liquid being bottom feeders, but. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they could have gone either way, and I think the most interesting thing to look forward to for that team right now is will that team stay together once this season ends?
Yeah, they don't look like a top 3 team, which they've been for all of Halo 5 essentially until now.
Yep. It'll be. I mean, do they break up the Twins? Do they drop Suspector? I don't know necessarily what's going to happen. Roy, Lunchbox, and Snipedown were really tight, and that's why they got rid of Commonly and brought on Suspector. And, it'll just be really interesting to see what happens there.
Oh, I had such high hope with Suspector, too. It is crazy that they're dropping. But go ahead, what are you going to say?
No, I mean, that was the thing. Like, Suspector was, he was the top young gun on Team Allegiance that went to the finals last year, lost to CLG. He kind of got cherry-picked, went over to Evil Geniuses, and it was like so much hype. These guys are going to come together, and it's not even going to be close, but...
Isn't it crazy to show you how skill level is second to chemistry, almost? You could have the 4 best statistically playing teammates on one team, but you could lose just because your chemistry isn't there.
I think a big part of it is just learning to play your role, too. A lot of these, like we talked about before, where if someone has a top dog on one team, they get brought to a different team where there has to be the 3rd or 4th player, essentially. They have to adjust to that role.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Someone like Lethal, I think, is the exception to the rule, essentially. He's not That's not what normally happens. You don't bring Lethal in, have him be the third or fourth guy on your team, and still be awesome. You know, I mean, Lethal's awesome, so it's tough to say, but he's probably the third or fourth guy on that team. He's like we've talked about before. He's not the guy that gets the sniper all the time. Doesn't try to make the power plays all the time. You know, he tends to play a little more role playing to it, and that's something that maybe someone like Spectre, or we've seen it before with other players. They need to learn that role, and I'm more on the side of, EG taking some time and letting them grow into it. I mean, if someone's a good player and you think this team can work, and they kind of have shown, little bits and pieces of it, give them some time, let them adjust.
Not just like chemistry, it's their personalities, because there's only 3 other people on the team. It's not like having a giant sports team where you can kind of feed off each other's, you can feed off each other's positivity and stuff like that, but only having 4 and trying to bring you 4 like perfectly together, it's tough. And it's cool to see like Renegades come out and hammer away like that, just to keep the excitement. It's not the same teams winning over and over again, so it's cool to see the diversity of winning.
Yeah, I mean, after CLG, it's very exciting, because I don't think anyone could have necessarily predicted at the beginning of the season, outside of CLG at the top, that it would be Enigma 6, Envious, and Renegades. I think it would have been shuffled up a bit, and it's great for Halo as an esport to see that excitement. And going into the relegation games with Optic Gaming and Team Liquid, I was reading that Denial has kind of punched their ticket to get into relegation games with one of those teams, and that'll be super exciting as well. These guys are going to be playing for their job, for their spot in Pro League. There's going to be
essentially their jobs, right?
Yeah, there's a lot on the line. Yeah,
this is everything to these guys right now. When we did our tournament a while back, that felt like everything to me, and that was exhausting, man. That was so tiring, and I was so let down. But the emotions and the amount of work that they have to put in this, man, it's cool. It's awesome to see. It's crazy though, the amount of stress that they're actually going to go through, and they're playing for their jobs. Like, add that on top of it. That's nuts.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think I know I wouldn't be if CLG rolls and just wins everything for this the summer split, essentially. I think we kind of expect them to. I'm not sure. I think it's an upset if someone doesn't. So expecting that, I'm really looking forward to that relegation battle, because that's where stuff gets real, and it's gonna be intense. You're talking about some pretty even teams, I think, and they're going to be really going at it. Not that someone's not going at it, but if CLG is that much better and they're just rolling, which we think they might, I think you can see these games where it could be, when you look at the relegation battle, that could be coming down to the last game, the last 10 kills on a Slayer game, and really coming down to it, and that's where you get the drama and the intensity. And I think that's something I'm looking forward to, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is going to be incredibly exciting. I know we said at the beginning of the season that we were so excited for them to bring this feature forward from many other leagues, but it's great. It opens up the potential for more amateurs, people in the open circuit, to get into the Pro League, and I think that exactly is where a lot of this excitement is. We know these guys. We know they're good. They play each other all the time. We know CLG's the top. Let's see some fresh guys. You saw Ramey come in and play those 2 matches in weeks back-to-back, and how exciting was that? That was incredible to see a kid like that step in and perform at a top level. No less popping into a team like CLG and performing with those guys, filling a role, and just being another part of that machine, and no letdown at all. That's incredible, and that's so exciting to see those storylines start to develop.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so this is the last week, as we said, and there are a few interesting matchups coming up here. In the Thursday games, we've got Team Liquid, Team Liquid and Team Envious. We've got CLG and Team Allegiance. I think the match of the week's right here with Renegades and Enigma 6. You're going to need to see Renegades continue their strong streak against another team that is streaking as well with Enigma 6. Both teams kind of at the top of their game right now. That's going to be an absolute battle, and Renegades know they need that win. They get that win and they're in for sure. Because we know Evil Geniuses right here going up against Optic Gaming. That's going to be hopefully a walk in the park for them. If it's not, that's going to be a lot more question marks than we think already for that team.
And Envious should beat Liquid pretty easily. So I consider them to be a win. So that puts them, 2 up on Renegades in the third spot.
Exactly. So it definitely puts pressure on the Renegades to perform. Heading into Friday, day 2 of the final week, week 7, we've got Renegades with a bit of an easier matchup. Actually, a lot easier, playing Team Liquid. Hopefully they cruise to a win there. So I'd say their fate is, for the most part, sealed. I think they'll get that win, no problem. Yeah. We've got Team Allegiance with Optic Gaming. Enigma 6 with Team Envious. That's going to be a great matchup, possibly a preview of something to come in the playoffs. And, this match, the 2 top, not even top, some big dogs. We've got Evil Geniuses and CLG. I think this is not going to be as exciting as we once thought it could be with the way Evil Geniuses has been performing, but this is do or die. If they drop even one game, they're not in the playoffs for this season.
Even so, even if it's something where they don't have a spot to win, I think that could be a fun game to watch just because they are kind of the old rivals. And if EG can't make it in, then they just may say, hey, screw it, let's do whatever, let's just go for it, and maybe that'll loosen things up a little bit for them. And CLG doesn't really have anything to play for. So
yeah, very true, very true. All right, guys, that has been the news for the week. Stick around. Right after this, we're going to hop into the weekly intel. We're going to focus heavily on a game that we talked about at the top of the episode, and that is Pokemon Go. We had a very interesting way that we found out about this, and there's so many positives things coming out of this for gaming, and really cool things to see for the future. So we'll hop into that right after this.
It's a pretty fun story, so don't go. Haha. See what I did there, Cat? Don't go.
That was nice. All right.
Bull Mountain. Don't go changing.
We had 4 viewers.
Welcome back, guys. This is the weekly intel. Cat's over there trying to tell a story. We had 4 viewers going.
That's awesome.
What
That's
are we sitting at right now?
Me and MattyIce probably.
We got 2. All right. That's a great start.
Churg jumped in the room, gave us some good intel here. Said my voice wasn't coming through. He helped me actually calibrate, whatever.
Calibration.
Nice.
Helped me calibrate my voice on here. So thank you, Churg. I'm glad you tuned in, or this would have been a bust.
Hey, it's the first one. This is the pilot streamed episode. So if you guys listen to this and want to catch it next week's Monday night, we'll be recording and we'll tweet it out when that's happening.
You just think about how lucky Churg is that he had to listen to only me and Sergeant and didn't have to listen to Cat like the rest of you guys.
Oh man, you are just on fire.
Burn.
MattyIce.
All right. So Pokemon Go just released last week. That was on a Wednesday, I believe. Correct? Wednesday? Yes. Came out on Wednesday.
It's on our game night, basically.
Exactly. Came out, and that's where it all started. So give us the rundown, Kat. How did we find out about this? What happened during our game night?
Okay, well, we found out about this because the creators of Pokemon obviously didn't calibrate with us and launched it during our community game week. I'm actually pretty upset that they would do something like that to us.
It was very inconsiderate.
Yeah. And it's actually MattyIce over here that let the cat out of the bag. No one had no idea.
It was not me. It was Shawners. It was my brother, Sean.
Shawners, and then you had to...
He's like, whoa, I got the Pokemon. That's what he sounds like.
As soon as that came out, everyone stopped playing and was downloading Pokemon.
Oh, it wasn't even that we stopped playing in general. We were in the middle of a firefight match, and we stopped playing.
We lost a solid at least two firefight, and probably more matches because of Pokemon Go.
Oh, easily.
It pretty much ended the night. It did. Once everybody got down, even though the servers were junk for the first day and a half.
Yeah.
It's still junk.
Yeah.
It ended it. Everyone just trying to log on. But it is pretty fun.
It's awesome. So for any of you guys who haven't played it yet, it is, it's that Pokemon that you know and love, red, blue, yellow versions. It's those Pokemon, not anything from these new crazy ones. It's your Pikachu, it's your Charmander, it's your Bulbasaur, your Squirtle, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And the best thing about it...
You are dating us, by the way. The Pokemon, you know, back in the day, the OGs.
Hey, go look. All right, so we'll get to it. We'll get to this. So anyway, you use your phone, Apple or Android device, and it utilizes augmented reality technology, which is awesome, to kind of alert you when you're near Pokemon. So you're looking at your phone, you're kind of going down this mini map, following your guy along. There's bushes, kind of leaves flying up in the air off to the next road. And you go over there, and up jumps a Pidgey or something, Rattata, whatever it is, and you gotta sling Pokeballs at him. So you gotta aim your the camera on your phone wherever you're looking, and like the Pidgey appears on the sidewalk or on your car or wherever it may be, and you throw Pokeballs and catch them. It's the coolest freaking experience. It's what you've always wanted.
I'm just super excited that for finally society is accepting me walking around finding a bush and slinging my balls at it. Finally.
Thank God.
It's finally come around. I knew it was going to happen.
That's where this is going, huh? Balls.
Thank God.
Yeah, I don't know if it's more fun to play or more fun to talk about, because it's just like the stuff that you get is hilarious.
It's an experience, right?
It's the whole experience, and that's like... That, I think, is what it is. I don't think the developers expected it, Niantic, and I don't think we expected that. What this game has transformed into is unreal. There are so many awesome positives that have come out of it. So many great stories. Let's talk about those things that we've been reading, we've heard from around the world or around the U.S. so far, and then we'll kind of talk a little bit about what we're seeing personally and the experiences we've been having. But I gotta say, the first thing that comes to mind is I was on the Pokemon Go Reddit, the subreddit, and there was a post about a guy and his girlfriend. They've been dating for 3-5 years. They are both overweight, 300 pounds plus, and he writes this post that says, "We've never been to a park ever for a date, but Pokemon Go is out, and now we're going out to the park. We're going walking. We're going exploring. We're getting up. And we're active together." Like, that is amazing. That is such an amazing, unexpected outcome from this game. It is bringing these people together and getting them into an active environment. You know, it's not a workout. It's not an exercise game, but it's encouraging you to take part and do those things. I love that.
And here's the thing. So, gaming in general, it speaks to, we'll call them introverts. We'll lump a whole group of people in as introverts as opposed to extroverts, are the go-getting people who you normally see running in a park, essentially. Like, I've actually did a fair bit of research in college as far as, like, you know, introverts. It's very things like World of Warcraft and other MMOs and online games and stuff like that. It was like a whole breakthrough of, like, holy crap, there's this social world that I'm comfortable in, and there's these other people who are out there too that are comfortable with me. And I think this is kind of, you're seeing that with this, is like these people, I mean, they didn't want to go walk down to the park. They didn't want to walk to the supermarket, you know, down the street or whatever. But they're doing it to go check out some Pokemon, and they're meeting people along the way, and the people are friendly, doing the same thing they're doing. They have something to talk about, you know, without being awkward or having to worry about someone judging you. Like, the people that are there are doing the same exact thing you're doing. Hey, you doing Pokemon? Yeah, I'm doing Pokemon. Like, it's created a safe environment mostly safe environment in, you know, random spots where you're meeting like-minded people who are doing what you're doing and like what you're doing, at least in some capacity or another. You know, it's that, like, you don't, with people like that, the post that you're talking about, it's tough for them in a lot of circumstances. A lot of people don't understand it, so it's sweet that they can actually get out there and do that, and they're getting some exercise. So
right, I mean, it forms these safe social situations, the situations where you would be too nervous, too intimidated, have too much anxiety to go up to somebody and just have a spur-of-the-moment conversation. Even though you could talk to them about games forever, this is something that you instantly connect on. You automatically know what's happening. It takes away that barrier. You can just walk up to them and strike up a conversation because now you automatically know you have something in common with somebody else.
We lost Cat.
Cat's over there talking with his mic muted.
Sorry, I'm back. So it's crazy. No wonder you guys didn't stop when I started talking last time. It's crazy that the power of Pokemon can get these like people that are pretty seclude themselves, and are get anxiety from going out in public like that and stuff like that to actually do it because they just want the Pokemon that bad. It's like crazy how powerful Pokemon can be, and they really did it with the best genre for something like this. I mean, just reading posts like the one that's I've been waiting for this text my whole life. From mom, like, are you out back catching Pokemon still? Like, how cool is that to see stuff like that? The app itself is crazy because it's giving you reasons to go places. Do you remember my geo-tagging idea, Lokes, back in the day? Same idea, but now you're catching Pokemon. So a lot of people in my work, this is what I'm seeing. People are downloading this app and they have no ties to Pokemon. Like, they're not buying it to catch Pokemon. They're buying it because everybody's buying it and everyone's making it look so fun, and it's making them active as well. So you got that real healthy twist to it, and it just brings a ton of different people together. It's way more exciting than a Fitbit. I just count my steps, but I can count my steps and hatch eggs at the same time.
Yeah.
You're doing something.
Well, I think what this game has going for it, what Pokemon Go has playing in its favor, is the core first wave of people, the first 2-3 days, were all of us who played red or blue back in the day, yellow, whatever it was. And we became those ambassadors that were having an absolute blast. And people started to take notice. They're like, why are these people just gathering? And once you start having that spread by word, then it just blows up. I mean, I saw a few pieces of data stating that there are more downloads of Pokemon Go than Tinder by far. It has far exceeded Tinder already, and it is almost
Twitter.
That's what I was about to say. It's almost hitting the same daily active users as Twitter.
Yeah, on Android devices, it's past Twitter. It has more people on Pokemon Go on Android than are on Twitter. Like, it's crazy. That's crazy numbers. And so part of what you said and part of what Kat said, like, it starts off with the hardcore, because I don't think we consider ourselves to be hardcore Pokemon people.
Nostalgia.
We liked playing Pokemon when we were younger. It was awesome. It was fun. We had things like Pokemon Snap for the N64 and random things like that were Pokemon related. We watched a TV show when we were younger.
What was it, Pokemon Stadium?
Yeah, Pokemon Stadium too. But I haven't touched anything Pokemon in freaking forever, in a long time, like a long time. I haven't touched any of the new games really. Like, I'm red, blue, yellow, and then that was it for me. Like, nothing else as far as Pokemon go. So it's not like there's this huge connection for me, but we were super pumped to get it. It was like, hell yeah, it's Pokemon. We got the original nostalgia going on for us, and then we did it, and we were rewarded by an experience. And that's kind of like Kat said, like, it was the power of Pokemon, but it's the power of Pokemon that's reenforced by a positive experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Based off of what the game and the app is, that stuff is huge, especially when you add something like nostalgia into it, where, hey, dude, I'm almost 30. You're almost 32. Remember when we used to do this when we were younger, playing this game and doing that and stuff like that? Like, it's just all these things combined, and it's like this perfect storm that I don't think they have any. I don't think they knew this was going to happen, but it's awesome. It's super cool.
I feel like what is happening, not to the same extent, but this whole, people talk about, we have social integration. It's a social game, this and that. Like Halo, you can get in with people and meet them and play games together and communicate. Like, that's something that so many games strive to achieve. Form new relationships, let you meet new people, power of the internet. This is something you could never do before. Like, and now you can do better than ever. But like, this is doing something that those games cannot achieve, and it's that to me has been the most amazing thing. Like, yes, we used to get on Halo all the time and on Halo 2 online and meet people and talk to them and game day after day after day together and form those digital relationships, which were awesome. But this is like taking it to the next level. Not only is it in person, obviously, but it's just you're not afraid to make these conversations because it's in an environment where it's face to face. You know, it's kind of breaking that anonymity of playing online. Like when you're online, you can be a complete ass to somebody, and it doesn't matter because you're never gonna meet them. This way, it's like, yeah, let's be real people to each other and interact and do something awesome together. Yeah,
it's cool. It's like the way you compare it to the Halo franchise, especially with it for being the forerunner of Xbox Live. You see like the next transition onto like a type of online gaming. Because when Halo 2 came out, that's when you really first were playing with other people, making friends online. Like I had so many Halo 2 friends, just random people in the world. And now you're seeing like the next version of something like this because we're excited because this is a completely different way to reach out and interact with other people. Just like that was back, 25 years ago? No, like 10 years ago, right? About 10 years ago. And like that was exciting. It was crazy getting on the headsets and just talking to people while gaming with them. Now you're like gaming while in an environment with strangers, but you're actually meeting them in real life. So it's almost the next step. And it's a whole nother fresh take on online gaming, online real-life gaming,
well, I think another piece that kind of contributes, that was built off of that whole connected Xbox Live era is, in general, people in our generation, our age, want to have a sense of community. You know, being a part of that local area is important and it matters to us no matter where you're at, whether it's small or a larger city. Just being able to have that, like your people that you're around and you're helping, or you're just being a part of it, you're being active. Like this is something that you can actively go do in the community and be a part of. And it's very cool to see those types of connections happening too, especially with like local businesses.
And how about even like in your workplace? I've had this in my workplace where it's been people that I have conversations with them, I talk with them, but I don't really know them that well. I don't really talk about that many things with them. Like, hey, dude, what are you doing? Why are you walking out there? Oh, I'm catching Pokemon. Oh, you're doing that too? Like, yeah, like it's like people that I wouldn't normally have like this conversation with, so wouldn't think they're even catching Pokemon. Like it's that connection, you know? It's weird. It's bringing that together like in a different way that's not just work related. You're not just walking up to them and say, hey, did you get that done? Did you get this done? It's, hey, did you catch that Bulbasaur that was running around the office? You know? Like, it's weird how we bringing people together. And, like, even something like my friend showed me that I work with was pointing me out to our Buffalo on Reddit. Like, people were talking about places to find these Pokemon or find, like, hot spots and stuff like
awesome.
that. And, yeah, like, this whole thing came up on that Reddit and just related to this. And, you know,
I was down there, man. I was at the Taste of Buffalo. My phone was dead, but my girlfriend out here was going nuts, just collecting tons of Pokemon. I was pretty jealous.
I bet she's not level 4 right now.
Oh no, she already's been to the gym. She is way ahead of me. But she's been stoked. She's been just like you guys. I was never really a big Pokemon follower. Might have bought one deck of cards. I never knew how to play it.
Man.
But she was big into it. I was not big into Pokemon.
Here's the thing too: as we're praising this game and this app that's really has it's had a lot of problems, and I think it has a lot of flaws going forward. But it is kind of like in a beta test. I'm level 7. I have one gym. I don't think any of us are like these crazy players. So don't think of us that like we're like hyping this thing up as like, oh, we love Pokemon. We're like this hardcore players who are level 15 and have this 2000 CP Pokemon. Like, no, not at all. Like, we're casual. I've walked around my apartment complex and I make stops on my way to work to collect Pokestops, you know? Like, it's pretty casual and we're pumped about it. And we lost its sound again.
Yeah, Cat's muted again. Look at him over there.
Well, good thing, because I would have been interrupting you. But we're a little past casual when you're stopping on the side of the road, stopping on the way to work. That's past casual.
Yeah, but I'm level 7. I have one Pokemon in a gym. Like, I don't have, like, this crazy thing. Like, you know? Like, it's not...
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I stopped at a church in the middle of the night, and there was, like, a cop down the road, and I just felt like I was breaking the law. I'm like, oh God, hopefully he doesn't see me. I'm just sitting in this church by myself in my car.
I think actually at this point,
taxing for drugs.
a lot of them have I think a lot of the precincts and different cities and stuff like that have issued a hey, people are going to be loitering because of Pokemon. I think it's that big that they're actually taking notice for it because I've seen a couple of different posts about the cops understanding that this is
the one cop station posted because it's a Pokestop and it posted it's like stay outside. You guys don't actually have to come inside to get the free Pokeballs. You can do it from the outside.
Yeah. Well, one thing,
it's pretty funny.
There was just real quick. It was police officers who were hanging out at a park that was. I mean, it's a park at night, and they were. I mean, half keeping people safe, half playing the Pokemon game themselves, and they showed a picture of like. The cops getting along with like a diverse group of people and like just hanging out.
Yeah, so. I mean, that's like another great part of this game with so much negativity, violence occurring in the U.S. right now. This is something that is bringing people together, bridging race, bridging age, bridging all of these barriers, breaking down barriers, showing that people can connect, showing that people can be together, and yes. There are those violent people in the world, but this is something that's bringing so much happiness and joy to us and us as a people in a time where it's very needed, and it's really it's really great, and I'm very happy to see it happening like that.
And without getting too much into this, because this isn't exactly our forum, that we go on about this stuff, but like. We outnumber those people, we do. And oftentimes it seems like we don't because of how much you hear things get blown up when bad things happen and you don't hear about the good things. But when you see this and you see just how many good people are out there and you interact with them in so many different circumstances, they're just random people, there was one instance that was rumored of like people luring someone into armed robbery or something like that. Yeah. If you think about how many Pokestops there are and how many people are wandering around at night, like way outnumber the bad people. And for me, it's one of the kind of reminders that we do, and it's screw those people, essentially. We rock.
Speaking of awesome people, I have to tell, I was texting you guys all about it on Saturday. I had the coolest experience. So I was reading all about it Thursday. I was reading all about people having awesome experiences on Friday. Comes to Saturday, I had to go get my haircut. Check it out. I had to go get my haircut, and I was kind of waiting to cross the street to go over, and I was looking across, and down to the left a little bit, there were two people, boyfriend, girlfriend, that are walking their dog coming towards me, and they both had their phones out in front of them, and I was like, they definitely are playing Pokemon right now. They are definitely playing Pokemon. They get to like a certain spot, not even to the corner where I'm trying to cross, and they stop, and I see both of them staring at the phones. I'm like, what are they catching right now? I look to my right. I see two guys, just buddies, walking up the street towards them, both holding their phones out. They make it to the corner on the other side, both stop and start catching some. Like, what is happening? All of a sudden, I saw a pincer pop up across the street. So I'm battling him from across the road. I'm throwing Pokeballs as I'm probably not supposed to be doing, walking across the road, throwing Pokeballs at the pincer because I don't want him to run away. I get over there, and I didn't see the guys anymore. They had gone up the street, so I hooked a left, started going towards the barber shop, and all of a sudden, I heard, hey, did you catch that pincer back there? And it was those two guys sitting in their car. I walked past them, like, did you catch that pincer? I was like, yeah, I did. It was, like, so awesome.
Oh, that is awesome. I have yet to have an experience like that. I just have everybody at work always going to my desk to catch the sparrow. That's all I got. I should find the picture. We should upload it of me with all the birds and rats at my desk.
We should make a collage. So I want to take a screenshot of it. We'll make a collage.
Yeah. Come in, buy a car, take a screenshot of my sparrow.
Yeah, but I mean, Kat, that's an interaction. It's not random people like Sergeant is saying, but that's the same thing. I mean, it's the dude was walking around as I was leaving work today. He's doing a lap around the office. I was like, catch Pokemon? He's like, hell yeah. And
that's
like,
awesome.
I don't know. It's for whether this has staying power, there's questions about it and whatever else. It's fun to do this. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to see people on Twitter. And we do see, I've actually seen quite a bit of backlash from the gaming community. It's like half and half of people like really not being into how much attention this game's getting. Think like kind of like looking down on it. And I don't get it. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen similar things at all. I'm not sure if you have, but my Twitter feed, it's like half and half of, hey, this Pokemon's awesome. And they're like, hey, wow, you guys are really nerds if you're walking around town catching Pokemon. I'm like, dude, you just talked for like every time I see you talk about Twitch streaming and you're calling people nerds, like relax, you know? Like, what's the deal with why is there some backlash? You know, I don't get it.
That's like the thing that I've been finding with like these types of games and things, and it's just like us against them. It's like Xbox One versus PS4, you know, like
it's not a hardcore game. It's
Pokemon Go versus it doesn't matter regardless of what it is. Like I don't understand it flat out. I just don't understand people being like that to other people about a game. It's everyone's enjoying a game and having fun. We're all gamers. What's the issue?
I think the thing is part of it. Maybe they're trying to be the elitist gamer, which is the elitist gamer is the worst. Probably the worst elitist person ever. Like, they're horrible. And I think that's kind of maybe what it's brutal. Like, you know, like, chill. It's a freaking app that people are having fun with. Stop blowing up people's Twitter feeds going, I'm going to start blocking people if they mention Pokemon.
Who
Just
cares?
stop.
No one
was...
Yeah.
There's always going to be those people. No matter what. There's a lot of people that like something. Those people are just going to hate it because they like it. It's just the basis of our reality, no matter what. Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate is what they say.
Right.
Haters gonna hate.
Anyway, guys, if you haven't downloaded Pokemon Go, I'm assuming a lot of you have out there. But if you haven't, go check it out. Let us know what you think. Send us a tweet on Twitter at @part_time_elite. Let us know what you're catching. What's your top Pokemon? How many gyms do you have? Are you Team Mystic? Are you Team Valor? Are you Team Instinct? Let us know.
Go ahead, screenshot your arsenal of Pokemon.
Yeah, screenshot your collection. Let us see what you got.
I've taken to screenshotting them when they follow me into the bathroom too. So a couple of those.
Those are the best.
Yeah, we
ones.
like to see. I like screenshots of where you find Pokemon. That's been pretty funny.
Yeah, that has been funny. I love doing that. I was walking my dogs the other day. I showed you guys, and both the dogs. I was holding them back.
Let's say it looks like
that was a good one. That was really good. You should put that on Twitter because that one's really good.
I don't believe that was a random picture. I'm pretty sure you waited until they were both looking at the exact spot.
Oh, no, I was panicking because I was like, I don't want this, whatever it was. I don't even know if it was like a Pidgey or something. I don't want this to run away, even though it was just a Pidgey. But I was just like, pick, and just having it. It was great.
Tell the dog to sit. Don't scare it away.
All right, guys. So last week we introduced a new segment. Kind of a variation on our trivia called Weekly Challenges. This week, we're going to stick with the same one that we introduced last week. We got a few submissions so far, but we started late because we released last week's episode a day late. So we want to give you guys another opportunity to hop into Warzone Firefight and achieve greatness, as they say.
It's fun. So go have fun.
Yeah, go have fun. Hop in, get in the game.
Keep going. We're all cutting you off today.
Man, everyone wants to get a piece of the action here.
I always do it. But.
All right. The challenge is, in Warzone Firefight, achieve 30,000 points in a single match or come in first place on your team. All you have to do is screenshot that achievement or of your the post-game Carnage report, the leaderboard there. Send it to us on Xbox Live. You can find all of our gamer tags down in the description. Or tweet at us on Twitter, as we said, part_time_elite, or send us an email at espawngaming@gmail.com. Cat is holding up the shirt if you're watching on YouTube or the live stream that you could win.
We might also send you Cat's pajama pants too.
He's got sweet pajamas on. You could win those as well.
We won't even wash them. We'll just send them right to you.
He's muting himself again. He's just on a roll today.
Well, I was showing you my sweet shirt that I'm wearing.
It looks great.
Look at that one.
The cat has a cat shirt.
So, like we said, send us that screenshot. You'll get a point, and we'll start accumulating points through the end of this weekly challenge season. Whoever has the most points at the end of the season will win a one-of-a-kind DeltaHalo t-shirt. They're very awesome. We've only given out 2 so far, so they're limited, exclusive. Only have a select run of them. So get those screenshots in here. We want to give them away. We want to get you guys some of those shirts. We're really looking forward to seeing what you got. And Matty, you got any closing words for episode 34?
Yeah, don't let Pokemon Go pull you away from Halo too much.
Great
Oh, yeah.
point. Great
We don't
point.
want our community going to Pokemon Go.
Stay on Halo 5. Stay on Halo 5.
So, guys, this is going to be the last episode of DeltaHalo. For now on, we're going to be doing a Pokemon Go podcast. So, yeah.
Pokemon Go, 100% all the time.
There has to be one out there. We should look for it.
Anyway, I got to build on what you said, Kat. Just real quick, I forgot to mention it earlier in the episode. Bravo said that Halo 5 is the most played Halo game since Halo 3. It's absolutely fantastic. They're steadily seeing growth every single month when they release more content. And when they did the free play over the 4th of July weekend, they saw a really big spike in permanent players after that, which is fantastic. Guys, continue to get your friends into this. Get the word out. Halo 5 is such a good game. It's our favorite Halo right now.
So you're telling me people play Halo 5 more than Halo Reach?
That's what I'm telling you.
That's weird. So it went Halo 2, Halo 3, and then it dropped off. I wonder what happened. And now it's back. Huh.
It's awesome to see. And next episode, I'll have a good comment about that. We'll leave you guys a little cliffhanger.
Yeah, break it down next episode. And thank you, everybody, for listening this week. We will see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Wow.